You're watching the ABC 10 News at 5. I'm Mike Duffy.
And I'm Madison Wade. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we continue tracking the severe weather hitting the region and the impact on the communities. We have team coverage on the storm impacts. ABC 10's Luke Clary is live in Nevada County looking at the severe winter weather. John Bartel in Placerville checking on the impact of the power outage. And meteorologist Carly Gomez tracking the next round of rain and snow.
But first, I-80 and Highway 50 are now open in both directions. And here's a look at I-80. It was closed for over 2 days due to the thick layers of snow that covered the area, and it's now open in both directions, but chains are required. And here's a look at Highway 50 in Myers this afternoon. Law enforcement's warning people to stay away from Sierra roadways and only use them for essential travel. They say that the roads are still very dangerous. Nevada's governor declared a state of emergency for the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe, but so far there hasn't been a similar declaration in California. But the state's Emergency Operations Center was open today to coordinate assistance.
And the snow has caused power outages that continue to be a big problem. Take a look at this map from PG&E showing those outages. There are now 56,000 people without power right now for the day now. Now, we spoke with a PG&E representative who tell us that downed trees, unplowed roads, other hazards are making it hard to access the areas to make those repairs. Other utilities are assisting, and they did say today's weather did not help. Well, some PG&E customers have reached out to us after getting notifications on their phone saying the power won't be restored until January 6th or 7th next year. But PG&E would not comment or confirm on the day or say exactly how long the power could be out for. ABC 10's Luke Clary is in Alta Vista tonight in Nevada County with the very latest. Luke.
Yeah, Madison, the damage that you see here on Alta Sierra Road is pretty typical of this neighborhood in Nevada County. Take a look at this tree that came down on that power line, splintering a power pole. And as you see here across the road, those are power lines on a very busy road. We've seen a number of cars just driving right over them. So dangers everywhere for the people who live in this area as crews work to remove some of those hazards.
It looks like a bomb went off there.
Thousands of trees and dozens of homes damaged, snapped power poles everywhere as vehicles drive over fallen power lines. We found Mark Dyer, who told us that a tree fell on his son's house.
He had to chainsaw his way out his front door because the tree had totally encapsulated the front door. And it broke through the house in 3 places.
Alta Sierra in unincorporated Nevada County was hit hard by 6 to 10 inches of snow, totals way higher than usual.
People are resilient in this community, but if they can't get out of their homes, then they're kind of sort of stuck.
Lieutenant Sean Scales is the Nevada County Emergency Operations Center coordinator. He says people face dangers inside their homes too.
People are going to try and run alternate heat sources. You have to do that safely. We have already heard reports of 3 people who suffered carbon monoxide poisoning and had to be transported to the hospital.
Emergency crews are also urging homeowners to take caution so that their generators don't backfeed power into downed PG&E power lines crews are working on. CAL FIRE also teaming up with local agencies to clear the roads.
We have a lot of those wires mixed in with the trees that fall down, and that's blocking a lot of the roadways.
Authorities are urging homeowners to hunker down until it's safe to leave.
There are some windows of opportunity. Watch the weather, pay attention to it, and when you have the opportunity, go someplace else.
And as we see emergency vehicles making their way through here, Nevada County authorities tell us that removing some of these hazards and clearing access remains their top priority. PG&E, meanwhile, says that those hazards and the bad weather has slowed down their progress in bringing back the power. Meanwhile, we can share with you that the Red Cross has opened a new warming center at the Bear River High School, 24-hour access with everything that a family would need to get through these cold nights, including hot showers. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Luke, a lot of work to be done in Nevada County. Of course, stay right here for ABC 10 for updates as those outages continue. Luke, thanks.
Well, it's no surprise it's a mess everywhere, and ABC 10's John Bartel is in Pollock Pines. So, John, how are things looking out there right now?
You know what? It's a similar story here, but if you take a look behind me here, we're at the mobile gas station here in Pollock Pines. You may notice the lights are on. That's kind of a rarity here. Not a whole lot of businesses actually have power. The reason is they have a industrial generator. The power has been knocked out for days here, and this area right here has actually become kind of a refuge, not only just for the locals here, but for the people off Highway 50. This is where the chain control section has been here all day, so drivers have had to decide, put on these chains or turn around. Take a listen. If you don't have traction control, you're not going to get far in Pollock Pines.
We definitely got buried. It was a big winter. Big winter storm. We didn't expect it.
Winston and his buddies came up for a Christmas Day party, and they preemptively parked their car near the mobile gas station thinking they could escape the snow. They've been digging out for 3 days now.
We also talked to the snowplow guy, dude, so hopefully we can at least get this clear, maybe.
Inside the mobile gas station, travelers are looking for one thing: chains.
255, 55, 18 in my tire size. Hopefully it works.
Outside at the pumps, locals are looking for another hard-to-find item: fuel for their generators.
We're out of gas, so we've been looking for it. We drove all the way 3 miles out yesterday to the other gas station, and they were shut down.
The only reason the mobile gas station is open is because they have a generator, but it's unclear how long they will stay open. How many days do you think you could do this without
In that evening, up to evening, it's good.
Just up the street at the Pollock Pines Senior Mobile Home Park, Randy is trying to get the last bit of fuel for his neighbors.
It's all about survival right now. So I'm going out to get them gas and propane and stop by the grocery store, see what's there.
Randy's one of the few who could dig out his truck. The senior park has dozens of tenants buried in 3 feet of snow. To make matters worse, tree limbs are falling.
Tree limb came down with snow on it.
And back at the mobile gas station, there is a bit of good news.
4 days later, it feels good.
And I just looked on the Caltrans website. The chain control on Highway 50 has moved up to Kybers now, so you're going to need some traction devices here. And just a message from the locals here. They're asking, if you don't got to travel up here, please stay home. And the reason being, there's just not a whole lot of resources, and they need those resources for the locals here.
Oh, absolutely. After being stuck for 4 days, I can't even imagine. All right, John Bertel, thank you. Let's check in with Carly Gomez now, who's been tracking all this. Even if these roads are open, Carly, there's still problems.
There's big problems. Check this out. This is 80 at Donner Summit. I checked the CHP accident list. We did find out there is an Amazon big rig here being reported with chain issues. So things are starting to slow down, and you have to remember, even though the roads are open, you're dealing with everyone else who's trying to get through here, as well as dealing with traffic conditions and their own chain mess. So a bit of a problem there. We're seeing still some scattered showers, the last of them still remaining here for some areas of the valley, as well as portions here of the High Sierra. Otherwise, most of this is exiting in the next few hours, and the winter weather advisory that's in effect will be expiring at 10 p.m. Now we're looking at the Gilmore backyard. A nice evening here as most of the showers are starting to come to an end. Temperatures, though, are getting a little chilly. 42 in Sacramento, though upper 40. Stockton, Modesto, Marysville at 42. Tahoe at 28 degrees. We will see the temperatures overnight starting to drop off, and as we move from every day here toward the weekend, we'll be seeing freezing or frost-like temperatures there for the ground. 32, 31 degrees for New Year's Eve. It's definitely getting cold out there. And taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, temperatures are going to be nice for the daytime high, upper 40s to low 50s, but overnight, check that out. You're looking at those mid 30s to upper 30s, only looking colder toward the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up, Mike.
Okay, at least we'll have some relief in the daytime. Thanks, Carly.